Okay, today we're gonna be ranking every single Soulsborne boss, and I'm pretty sure this goes all the way from Demon Souls to Elden Ring, including Sekiro, and I think it might have Bloodborne. Um, I haven't played Bloodborne, so I cannot rank Bloodborne, but I can rank every other boss because I've played Demon Souls all the way up to Elden Ring, with the exception of Bloodborne. And I've done every single boss. Every single boss. So, first we're going to start off with Man-Eaters. Fuck Man-Eaters. This boss took me, I think, 16 hours, and I shit you not, 16 hours on and off grinding because of how awful this boss is. It's two bosses, and one boss will spawn after like 1 minute in the arena, and they both have shit tons of health, and they're both fucking ass to fight. Old Hero, on the other hand, I'll give him a C tier. C tier because it wasn't a bad fight, it wasn't a good one. It was just alright. Actually, I'm gonna move Man-Eaters down to the worst of the worst. Leechmonger is B tier. I mean, it was alright, but it was just really fucking easy. Because in Demon Souls, a lot of the bosses follow like a rule of, like, it's either high health, low damage, or low health, high damage. And that's kind of how all they follow. Except some bosses, like Man-Eaters, are high health, high damage. But yeah, for the most part, it's pretty easy. Dragon God. Dragon God was just... It was cool, but it wasn't good. It was like B tier. Because basically all it was dodging, and you shoot giant spears into it. That's all I remember. It was pretty simple, honestly. It wasn't horrible. It was just you know, alright, I guess. Old Monk, I think, is one of the coolest bosses in Demon Souls. It was very easy, but I thought it was cool. It had a really cool introduction. You walk in, it's like on this giant throne of wild shit. It's cool. It's cool. I thought it was pretty epic. Storm King also, because Storm King, it gives you the giant fucking sword that you slash at it, and it's a gimmick boss. But I like the area it's in. It's got a really cool concept. I liked it. Maiden Asteria. I actually don't remember this boss that well. Oh fuck. My Demon Souls recollection is pretty horrible. Oh, if I remember this correctly, it's a lady with a giant hammer. She was alright. She was like okay. Like, I'll put her C tier. Because in comparison, Demon Souls doesn't have a lot of great bosses compared to the rest of the series. That being said, Penetrator was probably one of the cooler bosses in concept. I won't give him A tier. I'll move Storm King down. I'll give him A tier. Old King Allant. Now, if I'm remembering correctly. Okay, yeah. Old King Allant is, I think, it might be an S tier boss. Now, this is kind of weird to say, but I think Old King Allant is just such a cool boss to end off Demon Souls with, in terms of like a final boss fight, because simple, straight to the point, doesn't like dilly-dally. He has this one move that's really fucking annoying though, where he stabs you and he literally takes a level away. So you lose levels. And the boss run back up to King Allant is really annoying. But other than that, I think it's a really good boss. Old King Allant is C tier. It's literally, you just kill him in like 2 hits. It's more of just like a story thing. Vanguard. I don't really remember Vanguard that well. If I remember correctly, it was in the poison area. Oh wait, no. No, this was in the flying area. It was okay. It was like, I'll give it C tier at best. Yeah, I was in the flying area. He was the guy that eats things. He was annoying. C tier at best. Actually, I'm gonna give it D tier. Felix, I think it's B tier. It's alright. It serves its purpose well. Tower Knight, really fucking annoying, but really cool boss. I give it an A tier. It was really fucking annoying at first, but it's a cool ass boss. And it's a good way to start off like the second main fight of Demon Souls. Armored Spider, I think, is the first F tier boss. It is so fucking annoying. Because Armored Spider, you have to run down this corridor while it's constantly shooting projectiles at you that are really hard to dodge. And then once you get close to it, it like armors itself. So it's literally just dodge, wait, dodge, wait, dodge, wait, hit, dodge, wait, dodge, wait, dodge, wait. Oh, wait, no, this is the guy in the flying area. Hold up, who the fuck is the Vanguard then? For the D tier. I don't know where the fuck is Vanguard, so we're gonna put him in C tier. Fool's Idol, I think, was an alright boss. It wasn't. I'll give it D tier. It wasn't horrible. It was just like boring. Like, it was just generic boss that clones itself. Dirty Colossus. I remember this one being really fucking easy too. I feel like most of the bosses for that area, the poison area, were pretty easy. That being said, it wasn't bad. It was just like a pushover. Like, I just put on fire on my weapons and it was pretty easy. Flame Lurker, I think, is an S tier boss. Flame Lurker was fucking cool. Because how you first get to Flame Lurkers, you go through like a bunch of catacombs. Not catacombs, but like a bunch of different tunnels in this fire area. And how I found it is I was like, oh, I'm just going to go here. And I suddenly arrive in this just giant arena where this fucker just starts rushing at me. And it was super cool. Thought it was really cool. And I guess we are on to Dark Souls 1 bosses. Yeah, so Demon Souls had some pretty alright bosses. As you can see, most of them are like alright. But you had the standouts. You had Old Monk, Penetrator, Tower Knight, Old King Allant, and Flame Lurker. On to Crossbreed Priscilla. Crossbreed Priscilla. Chat wanted me not to kill her so bad. But I had to accomplish my goal of defeating every Dark Souls boss. So, that being said, I thought she was a pretty fun boss. A tier. I'll definitely give her A tier. Ceaseless Discharge. Okay, this... okay, this boss... I hate this boss. It's a I don't like this boss. It's not a fun boss for me. But the name single-handedly takes it to S tier. This is probably the funniest Dark Souls boss name I've ever seen. I cannot get over this fucking boss's name. I was cracking up at it for like 3 days straight. Oh my god. It was probably one of the funniest Dark Souls bosses ever. That being said, it's an ass boss. It would be like D tier if it wasn't for the name. Demon Fire Sage. Okay. So this is, we'll rank the Asylum Demon first because this is basically just like the second version of this. That being said, I think Asylum Demon's a great boss to start the game off with. And it does what it seeks out to do really fucking well. It's really cool. Demon Fire Sage, I think, kind of ruins the magic of Asylum Demon. Because it basically does what Asylum Demon did. Again, but at the point in the game where you fight Demon Fire Sage, it's just like, it's lost its magic. Because Asylum Demon's like, you're first getting into Dark Souls. This giant boss is swinging its giant mace at you. And by the time you fight Demon Fire Sage, you've gotten the hang of the game. And it just has these like really gimmicky explosions, and it's just not as really fun. It's just not great. I would say. Centipede Demon. Let me remember. I need to remember the Centipede Demon. Oh, fuck this boss. Fuck this boss. It was so annoying to fight. Fuck this boss. It's on F tier, because Bed of Chaos is F tier. Fuck Bed of Chaos. You just have to get RNG lucky on it. It's really annoying. That being said, on to our next one. Moonlight Butterfly. I think this is an S tier boss. Easily. Now, I know this might be a little controversial for some people, but let me explain my thoughts on Moonlight Butterfly. It's really annoying to literally just sit there and wait for it to come down and perch itself, so you can hit it. And at the time, I hated it. But the reason I like this boss is the aesthetic of it. Because this is the only, like, boss I can remember off the top of my head throughout any Dark Souls game that is, like, beautiful. You know what I mean? Like, it has this, like, fantastical nature to this boss, and it's a lot different than most Dark Souls bosses you fight. Like, for example, the Ceaseless Discharge, Giant Fire Demon, you know, Asylum Demon. You have, like, all of these crazy dark bosses, abominations, and then you have this giant butterfly that just seems like this force of nature. It's very odd. I like it a lot, though. And yeah, I think it's an S tier boss. I also think Sif is an S tier boss. It's a good amount of challenge. It's not too hard. It's not too easy. It's not annoying. It's a very fair boss. It's a fucking wolf with a sword. I don't know what you want from me. It's awesome. All right. Four Kings. It's all right. I mean, I think the gimmick of it is like, oh, you have to keep fighting until all four kings are out. It's just annoying. And the boss run is super long. It's just not amazing. It's like an okay-ish boss. Pinwheel is kind of the same deal. Actually, I will put Pinwheel in F tier because the boss run requires you literally running from... You have to run through that section of bone wheels. And I fucking hate those things, and just for that it's making it F tier. Gravelord Nito it's a hard boss, but it can be really easily cheesed. So for that, I'm gonna put it in D tier. I think it's a cool boss that, like, had some cool concepts, but, like, all of its minions coming at you is really annoying. And then you just get to a point where it's like you learn how to cheese the boss and, like, half the minions aren't coming at you, and then it becomes just a slog to get through. I just don't think it's great. Dark Sun Gwendolyn. Now, this is the boss that keeps going down the corridor, and it's like the infinite corridor. I have mixed feelings about this boss because I think it's a cool concept, like, story-wise. But it's just not great execution. It's just all right. Yeah, I'll give it a C tier. It's a mid boss. It's not anything special. Now, Seath the Scaleless. Let me remember what this is. Seath the Scaleless. I remember. Yeah. Okay. Fuck this boss. Fuck this boss. Fuck that boss. I hate that boss. It's tanky. It's annoying. It just a slog to get through. It barely even fucking counts as a boss in my brain. I hate it. Don't like the boss. Think it's a bad boss. Really annoying. Sanctuary Guardian, A tier boss. Actually pretty fun. Actually pretty fair boss, and it has some cool concept. Great way to introduce the DLC. It would be a crime if I didn't put Artorias as S tier. One of the hardest bosses in Dark Souls, in my opinion. One of the hardest bosses. The boss run, a little annoying, but just the fight makes up for it. It's just such a cool fight. You enter this grand arena, this guy corrupted by this dark magic or whatever, just comes at you like a feral animal. It's crazy. It's cool. It's amazing. I like it. Black Dragon Calamite, one of the also hardest bosses in Dark Souls. It's annoying, but it's annoying. It's not great. I'll give it B tier. Because I don't really like dragon bosses in Dark Souls too much. Because basically how dragon bosses function in Dark Souls is, like, if you're doing a build like me, katana builds, they'll basically fly away, or if you're standing right under them, you can't really hit them. So you have to specifically only aim for their, like, tail and legs, which leaves you so open to damage. And they just fly away whenever you do, like, 2 hits. So it's 2 hits, run away, 2 hits, run away, 2 hits, run away, because they just keep flying and covering the area on fire. It's really annoying. Really annoying. But it's not horrible. Manus, Father of the Abyss. This DLC in Dark Souls 1, by the way, had some of the hardest bosses in. Manus, Father of the Abyss pissed me off so much at the time because the boss run is really annoying. Because you have to run through like 80 different humanities, but it's cool. And I'll give it to that. I'll give it that. It's cool. You can summon a younger version of Sif to help you. It's unique. It's great. I think it serves its purpose well. It'll never beat King Artorias as a boss in the its cool factor. But I think it serves its purpose. Also, I'm gonna move Bed of Chaos to the worst and see Visceralus to the worst of the worst. Actually, we'll I won't be this mean. See Visceralus. Gwyn, Lord of Cinder. I'll put it top of A tier. I think it's good. I think it does what it set out to do as the final boss of Dark Souls 1. Pretty good. I didn't save the Praise the Sun guy. I'm so sorry, I forgot his name. I didn't save him, so sadly, it's kind of... Ooh, my model lost tracking. Hold up. I don't even know how long it's been there. Hold up. Are you ready for wireframe? Wireframe Pog. Wireframe is not working, chat. What the fuck? Okay, hold up. Alright, you know what? I'm just gonna sit there and pog for a while. Until it decides to work. Taurus Demon. It's like worse Asylum Demon. C tier. Bell Gargoyles. I think this is a pretty good boss. I'll give it B tier. It serves its purpose well. It does what it set out to do as like one of the first main introductions to Dark Souls. It's pretty cool. Capra Demon, I think, is a D tier boss. The wolves are annoying. It's like a relatively pushover boss besides the wolves. The small arena makes it kind of to get around. It's just Gaping Dragon. Now, Gaping Dragon, I have mixed feelings on because it's super tanky, and I'm not a big guy on tanky bosses, but it's super tanky, but it also just pretty cool, and you get to summon like some cool NPCs to help you out. I'll give it a B tier. I'll give it a B tier. Quelaag took me a really long time, and honestly, like, she can just cover the floor in lava. It's really annoying. It's not fun, I would say. I'll put it in F tier, honestly. Iron Golem. Now, this is what you fight right before you get to in Orlando for the first time. I will say Iron Golem, D tier. Actually, D tier. It's a pushover boss. Ornstein and Smog. I'm gonna get some hate for this, but I'm only putting them in A tier. I know for a lot of people they're really hard, but for me, I don't know what happened. They were just felt kind of off to me. I just kind of learned them pretty fast, and they were fun, but they just weren't like everything they were built up to be for me. I'm gonna say Stray Demon is also all the demon. They're just all like worst Asylum demons in my opinion. Skeleton Lords. Now let me remember what the fuck the Skeleton Lord was. Fuck yeah, I remember this. I'll give it tier. I just don't like revival mechanics in the... Let's see if this works now. I don't like revival mechanics. They just can be very annoying. I'm gonna replug in my... Ugh. I don't know why this isn't working. Ugh. I have no idea why that's just not. Yeah, hold up. This is not. That was weird. Okay, let's hope it works now. Okay. Okay, let us commence forth, I guess. Let us commence forth. Coventus Demon. Now let me remember what this is. Demon. Hold up. How do you spell it? Oh, it's this motherfucker. A pushover boss. It's D tier. It's a pushover boss. This boss is also just mid. Oh, this is Dark Souls 2. Also, we're on to Dark Souls 2. Now, I'll say it. I'm an avid Dark Souls 2 hater, chat. I'm an avid Dark Souls 2 hater. Smelter Demon was literally the first fun boss in Dark Souls 2 for me. I'll still give it a B tier. I'm a Dark Souls 2 hater. I think Old Iron King was actually an A tier boss. It was actually fun. We're gonna speed through Dark Souls 2 because I don't like it. Scorpius Nika. Royal Rat Vanguard, I think is worst of the worst. Because actually it's not Royal Rat Vanguard. We're not there yet. There's another rat boss that I forgot about. Okay. Royal Rat Vanguard is just D tier. It's not fun. What the fuck is this? Magus and the Amalgamation or whatever? I don't fucking remember. Oh, wait, it's this one? Wait, I remember this one. It's C tier. It's C tier. Duke's Dear Freya. Now, this... What was this? I'm trying to remember. Duke's Dear Freya. Oh, I remember this. This is alright. It's like half of the bosses in Dark Souls 2 just weren't amazing. Royal Rat Authority, I think, is the worst of the worst. Because the way the Royal Rat Authority fucking works is you go into the arena, there's like 7 rats that all have toxic, which lowers your health like crazy and it takes them 2 hits to proc toxic on you. Well, at least for me, which drains your health really fast, basically making it impossible for you to do anything. But also on top of that, those 7 rats are really hard to kill all at once, and then the Royal Rat Authority appears. It's really fucking annoying. The last giant I think is A tier. It's one of the only good bosses in Dark Souls 2 in my opinion. The Rotten was just boring. It's like C tier. It's just a giant guy with the cleaver. Dragon Riders are the same. It's just C tier. There's nothing really special about a lot of those. The Looking Glass Knight I actually think is S tier. I think it's like the most fun, one of the most fun bosses in Dark Souls. Demon of Song. So dumb. It's so dumb. It's so dumb. I'm not even. It's dumb. It's dumb. All right, Guardian Dragon. It's a dragon boss. They're usually pretty mid, in my opinion. I'll give it C here. Ancient Dragon is slightly cooler. I'll give it B tier. I'll be respectful. I'll give it B tier. This is Vidstat Royal Aegis. Royal Aegis. Yes, dude. I'm trying to remember. Oh, it's this motherfucker. Okay, he's a pretty cool boss. I'll give him that. I don't know. Okay, I'll give him A tier. Elena. I'm trying to remind myself. It's been a bit since I played Dark Souls 2. Oh, I actually liked her. She was a cool ass boss. Her boss run was annoying, but she was also a cool ass boss. These 3 were annoying as fuck. Slumbering Dragon, fuck. There was a lot of dragon bosses in Dark Souls 2. It's kind of hard. Oh, this one was really easy if you had summons. I'll give it B tier. It wasn't amazing. The first fight with the Pursuer is cool. Every fight after that with the Pursuer is just, okay. I'll give it C tier. This is just Smelter Demon again, but harder and more annoying. I'll give it F tier, because fuck that. Flame Knight, actually cool boss, kind of annoying to fight. B tier. Sir Alone, really cool concept for a boss. If it was just a concept, A tier. If it weren't for the boss run and actually fighting this boss, it's D tier. I don't think it's that great. Fuck this boss. They, if I remember correctly, they just keep healing and shit. It's wild. They keep healing. It's really annoying. Or wait, no. This is the one that's just one of them, and it's B tier. With 2 of them, they just keep healing. It's fucking annoying. Burnt Ivory King. This was the fight that takes place in the DLC, I think. It was all right. I'll give it C tier. It's mid. Giant Lord. I mean, I'll give it B tier. And I'll explain in a second why. The Dark Lurker was the last boss I actually fought in Dark Souls 2, because I beat the game and realized I hadn't fought it, so I had to go back and do it. It was pretty annoying. It is what it is, and you had to like literally do so you had to like defeat 3 areas of enemies to get through this, and you had to like redo one of them every time, and it was really annoying. And I'll give it a C tier for that. And I think King Vendrick is a better version of Giant Lord for the fact of King Vendrick is an annoying boss. He has really high health pool, barely takes any damage, but he's really slow moving and barely can hit you. But the reason why I like him is it kind of serves the purpose of you becoming the king of the land in Dark Souls 2. I think it's a pretty cool thing. Throne Guardians. I actually like these two. They're a cool duo. They're a cool duo. Dragon Rider, I think was it. I'll put it above. Where did I put Dragon Riders? I think I'll put it under, because these are just, this one is just slightly worse than this one. Deshadra, I think this was the final boss. It was all right as a final boss. I'll give it, again, I'll give it C tier. I feel like a lot of Dark Souls 2 bosses just land around here. Scholar of the First Sin. Now let me remember. Oh yeah. This was like the final boss, I think. I'll give it B tier. It was It's about it. Old Dragon Slayer is literally just Smough from Ornstein and Smough, but like boiled down. Without smoke. And I think for that, you just can't do that. It's D tier. You just can't do it. Ruined Sentinels, fuck this boss. Worst of the worst. So annoying. Actually so fucking annoying. I wasted so much time on this boss. It literally took me 3 days of grinding to beat. Flexile Sentry, I mean, it's forgettable. I feel like it's pretty forgettable. I put it in T tier. Belfry Gargoyles is also, it's the 2 gargoyles from Dark Souls 1, but they made you fight like 8 of them. Fuck that, no. Lost Sinner, actually good boss. I actually think this is one of the only S tier bosses from Dark Souls 2. Lost Sinner was a fun ass fight, but you have to get so far into the game to actually fight him. Executioner's Chariot, F tier. Fuck that boss. It's so, I hate like the you have to wait for him to ride around and then come back, and it's just annoying. It's not fun. I don't know who decided it was fun, but it's not. I don't know who it is. It's just not fun. Alright, what is this? The One Reborn. The One Reborn. I'm trying to remember. Oh, this is Bloodborne. Okay, this is Bloodborne. We're gonna skip past Bloodborne because I don't need, or I don't know Bloodborne boss. Alright, so I think this is where it starts. Aldrich, Devourer of God. So we just beat Dark Souls 3. And Aldrich was like a cool-ish boss. It's not great. It's C tier. It does what it set out to do. Yorm the Giant, kind of same deal as the last one. Dancer of Boreal Valley, actually pretty fun boss. Actually really cool. I like Dark Souls 3. Dark Souls 1 is my favorite game, but I like the bosses in Dark Souls 3. They're really cool. The Consumed King, it's a little annoying, but I think at the end of the day, it's an A tier boss. It has like that cool, it's not a form change, but you know what it is. You know what I mean if you've played the game. It's pretty sick. Dragon Slayer armor. Oh, I remember this one. I actually really like this one as well. I think you fight it on the bridge before you climb up to like the very last boss area. Like you fight the two princes, and then you go to the Kindle of the Last Flame. It's cool. Gundyr, Champion Gundyr. Trying to remember. Champion Gundyr. Oh, this is a boss from the beginning of the game. I actually think this is an excellent way to start off Dark Souls. I'll give it high B tier. Because the reason I think it's a great way to start off Dark Souls 3 is when I first started playing Dark Souls 3, this was like 2017 when it first came out, I quit immediately. I thought the boss was too hard and I stopped. And I went back and then I eventually beat it. And I think that's the charm of Dark Souls. It seems impossible at first. But then you're like, oh my god, wait. I actually know how to do this. And then it gets better. It gets better and better. Princes of Lothric, I think this is a pretty A tier boss. It's pretty sick. It has a cool mechanic. I think it's pretty good. Nameless King. I think Nameless King is S tier. Easily. Because my experience with Nameless King was summoning 2 other people as we charge into battle against the Nameless King. It was just so cool. And I helped other people fight the Nameless King, and it was just such a fucking cool boss. The Soul of Cinder. The last boss in Dark Souls 3. It's A tier. I think it's a little lackluster in comparison to some of the other bosses, but again, it serves its purpose. It does what it wanted to do. Champion Gravetender. Okay, this boss is fucking sick because the guy has a bunch of wolves, and you're like, oh, pretty easy, just a guy and like 3 wolves, right? No, giant wolf comes out of nowhere, yomp yomp yomp, and just fucking kills you, and it's sick. And the boss run ain't bad at all. Ancient Wyvern. Now let me remember this. Let me remember this boss. Oh, fuck this boss. It was barely even a boss. You just run around its arena and then you jump on its head and freaking kill it or something. It's dumb. It's D tier. It's boring. This is Gundyr again, but the harder version, and I think it actually only improves upon Gundyr, and I think it's not like the Asylum Demon where it just gets worse. I think they actually made it a fair challenge for the late game, and put a really good spin on the boss you already know. Breed, I think, is S tier. Really cool boss, like 4 different phases. So you go from fighting just her, then you fight both of them, and then you fight her as Black Flame again. So it's 3 phases, but it's super sick. It's one of the few bosses in Dark Souls 3 that just it's just really cool. One of the few bosses in Dark Souls 3 where you just always squeak by in that fight, but it feels really rewarding. Half Spear of the Church is really annoying because you just get a random player character to fight against, but like I got this one guy that, like, I don't know if it was an actual person, but all his character did was run away, enchant lightning on his blade, stab, run away, enchant lightning on his blade, run away, stab, and it was just really annoying. So I'm gonna give it an F tier. It was dumb. Maybe it's just the one I thought, in my opinion, it was kind of stupid. Demon Print, really fucking hard. Probably one of the hardest bosses, second hardest boss in Dark Souls 3, I'd say. That being said, S tier, it was cool. I second try, I defeated both of the demons. And then the Demon Prince appeared, and I'm like, what the fuck? And it really caught me by surprise. Dark Eater Midir is just a really tanky dragon boss that's hard to hit, and it's just annoying. I think it's F tier. I really don't like it. I think overall the DLC for Dark Souls 3 was pretty cool. And it improved a lot on a lot of Dark Souls 3's or Dark Souls 1 and 2's like problems with their DLCs. Well, I don't think Dark Souls 1 got a DLC, but Dark Souls 2 had a like pretty mediocre DLCs. So Dark Souls 3 improved upon it. So I think that's a stain on an overall good DLC. Slave Knight Gale was super fucking hard at first. I think he's the hardest boss in Dark Souls 3, but still S tier. I think he was a super fun boss and really, really great. Vort of Boreal Valley. Now let me remember this boss. Let me look this up. Vort of Boreal Valley. Oh, this is getting to out of the first main area in Dark Souls. I actually think this is a A tier boss, because it does what it sought out to do really well. It's the first major challenge of Dark Souls 3 in my opinion. It's not too challenging, but it provides that fair amount of challenge to get you started on your way through the undead. I want to call it Undead Burg. I don't know if that's it, but Cursed Rotted Greatwood. I also thought this was pretty cool. With that like section where it slams the ground and you break through the floor, and I thought it was pretty cool. A little gimmicky with destroying the sacks on it, but I still thought it was pretty cool. Served its thing well. I think Crystal Sage is D tier. It's annoying. It teleports around. It just doesn't feel fun. Deacons of the Deep is a C tier boss, but I'm gonna give it A because it's funny. Because you just have these swarm of people like approaching you, and then you just kill them. That's it. What's up, Mikey? It's just a really fun boss because it's so stupid. Farron's Undead Legion. Now let me remember Farron's Undead Legion. Oh, it's the Abyss Watchers. Okay. I thought this, yeah, I'll give it an A tier. I know it's not an S tier because they're just washed down versions of Artorias for me, but I think it's pretty good. Does its job well. Old Demon King, C tier. It's a mid boss in my opinion. It's just not amazing. This boss as well is C tier. It's just, I feel like a lot of Dark Souls 3 mid-game bosses are just kind of lackluster sometimes. Pontiff Sullivan. Pontiff Sullivan. Oh, it's this motherfucker with the two swords. Actually pretty cool. I'll give it B tier. I think that's the only B tier boss for Dark Souls 3. It's pretty good. If I were to deem React, can you put it as a background music for a moment? It depends on what it is. We're on to Sekiro, which is my favorite, by the way. Sekiro is my favorite boss, or favorite, not boss, but you know, my favorite game in all of FromSoft's category that I've played so far. This is the Oni Monk. I think this is an F tier boss. It's stupid. I hate it. It's dumb. Am I mad because I'm bad? Yes. It's stupid and dumb. Big fucking dragon. This was awesome. I like that. A tier. This is Owl Guy. Now, I can't remember if I did every single boss in Dark Souls or in Sekiro. I know I've done it in Dark Souls and Demon Souls. I mean, I've done every major boss in Elden Ring. Not every side boss, just all the major ones. I did fight this guy though. It was B tier. He was kind of annoying, but yeah, I didn't fight this version of him. I think. I'll put him in the worst of the worst because he looks the worst of the worst. Demon of Hate is actually the worst of the worst. Fuck that boss. Oh my god. It took me about it was 18 hours of grinding. I grinded, got a bunch of gear, went back, you like bought a bunch of the spirit things that you could use your equipment with, and ended up just having to focus real hard, and then ended up killing him. It was fucking crazy. Genichiro, I think Genichiro is an A tier boss. Wait, is there okay. Yeah, I think Genichiro is the first like skill check of Sekiro, and he serves really well as a skill check. Fun fact, Mikey here in chat drew my emotes, and he's like, if you can beat this boss in 30 minutes, I'll draw you free emotes. I was like, okay, I didn't beat it, and he drew them anyway. I will put Lightning Genichiro there too. I'll put the owl guy. You know, I'll make a I don't know. We'll make a I don't know tier. We'll put those two. Oh, this is the memory of him, actually. This is the memory of him. Because if the memory of him, I think we fought him in memory. I'll put him in don't know. I don't want to rank him if I don't know. This is Ishin, the final boss version. If I remember correctly. Which I think is S tier. I think Ishin is one of the best final bosses. You did beat it though? I didn't beat it in 30 minutes like you told me though. Ishin is one of the best bosses in all of Dark Souls. I'll put him at the very top. I actually think he's one of the fucking greatest bosses ever. I love him a lot. This guy is just on a horse and he's ass. Fuck this guy. I'm gonna put him in D tier. He's not that bad, but he's annoying. This butterfly lady is such a cool boss. I'll actually also put her in S tier. It's a little annoying, but it's a really cool boss. And I like its how it serves its purpose. This is just Lightning Ishin again, or Lightning Genichiro again, so I'll just put him there. What are these? What the fuck are these? Put them there. This is just the monk again, and I hate the monk. You're both in F tier. This boss, they're the worst of the worst. Fuck these bosses. Okay, this is the better version of the actually. This is the one you fight in the cave. It's slightly better. I'll give it D tier. But fuck this boss. This boss took me like what 3 days of streaming to beat. And I've never been more pissed off at a boss, I'm not gonna lie. I think this is the DLC version of each. So don't know. And now we're on to Elden Ring. Okay. Now Elden Ring was actually the game I played first, so I'm gonna have to remind myself some of these bosses to get through. But this is Radahn. I actually beat Radahn in my first 3 tries. I thought Radahn was pretty cool. A tier. This is Mimic. I'm gonna say Mimic is mid because it depends on your character. This is the Crystal Deer. Crystal Deer was just boring. I remember the Crystal Deer being like, oh, it's a cool deer, and then it's like, eh. The Yeti thing, yeah, I did. That's what this is. This is the Yeti thing. Oh, these took me like 4 hours. But it was I don't like them as a boss, but they were fun because it took me 4 hours and it was a super hype moment when I finally beat it on stream. Everyone was like, "Let's go!" and it was like super fucking hype. I thought it was awesome. This is the second time you fight this guy. I actually thought the second fight with him was pretty sick. I'll put him in A tier. Yeah, you fight this guy for the first time. I think he's C tier the first time you fight him. But the second time you fight him, I think he's B tier. I don't think he's amazing as a boss. Because he has that really annoying attack where he stabs the air and all the blood comes out and it makes you bleed, and it's kind of annoying. It's not the worst. This boss, kind of hard to rank him. It was kind of easy. I'll put it in C tier. This is Godskin, one of the Godskin duo, but it's not both of them. I'll put it in D tier. I think the Godskin duo here though is B tier. It's really annoying, but I think it is a pretty fun boss. I think it's fun. I don't think it's annoying bad, but it's fun. This guy with the giant fucking sword. Oh my god, who is this guy? Oh, this is the executioner or whatever. I'll put him in. He's D tier, because if you fight him too early, if you fight him too early in the game, he just feels like a insurpassable wall. But I came back like 20 levels later, and he just was a pushover of a boss. Maybe that's on me. Maybe that's on me though. This is the first time you fight this guy, which I think he's A tier the first time you fight him, actually. Because I think both times you fight him, they're really unique enough, and they set themselves apart, and they're pretty cool. What the fuck is this thing? I don't remember this boss. Hold up. Elden Ring boss. Keep in mind, this is the second time, or not second time. It's been a long time since I played this game. It's been like a year at this point, so. What the fuck? Can they just have pictures for these? Because I'm not trying to like. Come on. Oh, it's this fucker. Oh, fuck this guy. F tier. Actually, worst of the worst. It's an annoying ass boss. It's not even as nearly as cool as the Demon Souls boss with the giant sword, because you have just the giant gimmick weapon. That's annoying. Also, fuck this guy too. He does a giant laser attack, and I don't like it. Laser attack, cringe. This guy, I feel like I was over leveled when I fought him, but still A tier. Pretty fun boss. This boss I think is D tier. Because no matter where you are in the game, Fire Giant is just fucking annoying. Shit tons of health. Lots of projectiles. Pretty annoying overall. This is the Rot Dragon. Now, Rot Dragon is A tier. But you fight him in Rot Place, so we'll give him B tier. Still a fun boss. Just don't like where you fight him. This is the Gold Dragon. Gold Dragon. I'm trying to remember. Gold Dragon. Oh, is this the Lich Dragon? Wait, this is the... Wait, hold up. This is Rot Dragon. Oh, this is... No, this is... Okay, this is Rot Dragon. This is the one you fight originally. And I think this one's A tier. Okay. That makes a lot of sense. That makes a lot of sense. Okay. I'm trying to remember this Dragon Ball. I don't think it's... I don't think it's a... We'll come back to it. We'll come back to it. This boss, though, pissed me off. I didn't like it. I know it's a really cool boss for a lot of people, and it's a giant dragon that throws lightning. It was really annoying for me. It was annoying. I didn't enjoy it all that much, honestly. Loretta, your second fight with Loretta is kind of sick. I'll actually give it an S tier. I think horseback Loretta is actually pretty cool. Melania, also S tier. Now, who is this? See if I can open the image and get some more information. Oh, this is Godfrey. This is Godfrey. I will give this. I think Godfrey's an A tier. Honestly, Godfrey is pretty fun, not bad, just all right. This guy, I fucking love this guy. He was hard, but he was so cool. In a Dark Souls game, just seeing him rush at people, grab them, and suplex or throw them around, he was super cool. I've never seen that in like a Dark Souls or a Dark Souls adjacent game. I thought it was pretty fucking cool. This guy also S tier. I think Elden Ring has a lot of S tier bosses. Pretty fun. Like great introduction into the Elden Tree area, I guess you would call it. The Erd Tree. Although the final boss I think is a C tier. I've never been a big fan of like giant, like I don't know how to explain it. Like giant bosses that move around the arena too much. I love giant bosses like Shadow of the Colossus, but I feel like when they move around too much, it just you get this like hit and wait scenario as we've talked about, and it's just not that fun. This is a beast, man. This is an early game boss. I think it's really I think it's D tier because it's really outshined by most of the other bosses. This is Ghost Knight Loretta, which, if I remember correctly, this is just slightly worse than her original form. Okay, there's another wolf with a fucking sword. Come on. It's not as good as Sif, but it's up there. It's a wolf with the fucking sword. What do you want from me? Magma Wyvern? Fuck this shit. Fuck. Worst of the worst. Fuck Magma Wyvern. You're cringe. I think these are the same, like relatively the same boss too. This is Moon Lady. I don't remember her. I thought her boss was kind of gimmicky. I didn't really like it that much, but it's not bad. So I guess this is, hold up. Oh, wait. Hold up. I fucked up earlier. This is Malekith the Black Blade. That's S tier. That was a fucking awesome fight. I fucked up earlier. Sorry about that, guys. So I guess this is Lich Dragon for Fortisax. I actually like the Lich Dragon Fortisax. I'll give it an A tier. So I guess that's it. Those are all of the Soulsborne quote-unquote bosses, or all the Soulsborne quote-unquote, like those were in quotes, and then bosses, because I didn't play Bloodborne. Ha ha ha. Pranked you. But yeah, those were all the Soulsborne bosses ranked. Let me know how you feel about those rankings in the comments. But for watching on YouTube, hope you have a lovely day. Like, subscribe, do whatever the fuck you want. If you want to catch me live on Twitch, twitch.tv/VTuber, the link's below. Without further ado, peace out, Cub Scouts, and I'll catch you all next video. Bye-bye!
Check it.